What's up, my Essential Units? It's Essential Man here. So this is my review of WCW's Monday Nitro for the 15th of April 1996. This episode of Monday Nitro is way better than the previous one on April Fool's Day. So the first match to kick off the show, we got Hulk Hogan with the Booty Babe, that is Kimberly, taking on the Taskmaster Kevin Sullivan and the Enforcer of the Four Horsemen, Arn Anderson, with Woman, Elizabeth, and Jimmy Hart in the corner of Kevin Sullivan and Arn Anderson. This match is a handicap match. This match is way better than the tag team match from the previous Nitro. Taskmaster, Arn Anderson taking on Hogan and the Booty Man. The Booty Man is Brutus Beefcake. Jesus Christ. Ed Leslie in these crappy gimmicks in WCW, because in the World Wrestling Federation, the WWF, right now in our current timeline is the WWE. He was Bruce Beefcake, or Bruce the Barber Beefcake. Jesus Christ. Anyway, so the match between Hogan, Arn, and Sullivan, this was an okay match, for what it is. It was shorter. I think it was last about 5 minutes. Bit of a logic gap. Like the early bolts of the match, you had Hogan locking the figure four leg lock. I think he's trying to lock in the figure four leg lock onto Arn Anderson. And then, Sullivan stopped Hogan. You had the heels a little bit ganging up on Hogan. And here comes a logic gap I'm going to talk about. So, Taskmaster hit Hogan in the back with the chair, and then Hogan hit Arn and Sullivan with the same chair, and the referee didn't do nothing. I don't know who's the referee. Is it Randy Anderson? Is it Nick Patrick? I don't know. Anyway, so Hogan hit both Anderson and Sullivan with the chair, and the referee didn't do nothing. Didn't call for the bell for disqualification. I don't get it. I don't want to get into it. So anyway, so Hogan catapult, I think it was Taskmaster, and then Arn was trying to do like a move off the top rope, but stopped it. Arn went crutch first onto the top turnbuckle. In the end, Hogan hit the leg drop onto Kevin Sullivan, I think, to win this match. And afterwards, he was going after both Miss Elizabeth and Woman. Woman is Nancy Sullivan at the time, the future Nancy Benoit. Anyway, so instead of Hogan grabbed both Woman and Elizabeth by the hair, but instead he going after Jimmy Hart. Jimmy Hart was Hulk Hogan's former manager. Hogan ripped the back part of Jimmy's Hart's shirt, hit the big boot. I don't think he hit the leg drop, and then suddenly you got the Giant came to the ring and chokeslam Hogan. Hogan sells the choke slam, and he's basically did the punches on the Giant and hit the Giant with the body slam. I'm guessing it's referencing when he body slammed onto the Giant at WrestleMania 3. It was 9 years since that match, because WrestleMania 3 was in 1987. This episode, Nitro, was on April of 1996. Not nearly a decade. So, and then you got Mean Gene interviewing Hogan, and I'm guessing like something's wrong with the microphone. It's malfunction, tech difficulties. And Hogan said about he's gonna climb the ladder to reach the WCW World Championship. I'm guessing he's going after Flair for the world title. Because Hogan went on to win the world title later on in the year. That's go and watch my review of WCW's Hog Wild 96. He defeated the Giant. Anyway, so it's just what it is. So the next match on the show, this is a street fight. We got the Public Enemy, that is Rocco Rock and Johnny Grunge, taking on Brian Knobbs and Jerry Saggs of the Nasty Boys. So you can add some build to it, because at the previous episode of Nitro, this was in a triangle tag team match, the Road Warriors, the Steiners, and the Nasty Boys. You had the Public Enemy. You know, you had I think it was Rocco Rock or Johnny Grunge dressing up like Brian Knobbs to cost the Nasty Boys the match. You know, mission accomplished. So they'll probably continue the feud at Saturday Night Main Event. You know, you're not gonna find 1995's, 1996 Saturday Night Main Events on the WWE Network. I don't know. You probably find it on YouTube anyway. So, um, yeah, and this is it led up to this match, the street fight. So, you had I don't get it. You know, are which one's the baby faces and which one the heels? Are the Public Enemy the baby faces or the heels, or the Nasty Boys the heels or the baby face? This is confusing. You know, I said about Lex Luger's booking. You know, is he a heel? Is he a baby face? I don't know. So anyway, so yeah, the match was good. The match was good. It was a fun match. You know, before that you had like the Public Enemy, you know, Rocco Rock, Johnny Grunge doing the wave dance. You know, they got over in ECW, but I don't think they got over in WCW. I'll get to more of that shortly. Oh, after this match I'm going to talk about. Anyway, so yeah, they got ambushed or blindsided by the Nasty Boys. They came out hitting them with trash cans and steel chairs. Yeah, it was a fun match. You know, yeah, there was a table spot. You know, well, actually, not really a table spot. So, yeah, the Nasty Boys hit both the Public Enemy with tables, and the tables break. I think it was Jerry Sags kind of. I think he hip tossed Rocco Rock into the broken chair. You had Rocco. I think it was Rocco Rock. Bulldog Brian Knobbs into the piles of chairs. Yeah, this was starting to be a good match. You know, in the end, trying to keep it short and simple. Yeah, it was just trash cans and chairs. You know, they were fighting inside of the ring. You know, outside the ring at ringside. Anyway, so. And also the announcers, you know, bring up the there's gonna be a tornado, and you know, I don't know what state they filmed this episode of Nitro. I know it's a live episode, but I don't know what state they did this Nitro. I don't know. Anyway, so in the end, both the Public Enemy is about to put Brian Knobbs through a table. I think it was Johnny Grunge he went up to the top rope trying to hit I think it was a leg drop, or I think it was a leg drop. Leg drop Brian Knobbs through a table, but instead Brian Knobbs really got away in the last minute. Pinned I think it was I think Jerry, I'm guessing like Jerry Sags pulled Rock out of the ring, so Knobbs pins Grunge for the win, and then the Public Enemy got their heat back, and they put they put Jerry Sags through a table to get some heat at the end. You know, I think it was I don't know what they're trying to do. I think Rocco Rock did like a springboard plancher, and then I think it was an assisted springboard plancher / powerbomb through a table. I don't get it. Why could just have Rocco Rock just basically springboard plancher Jerry Sags through a table? It's just whatever. So they got like heat in the end. It's a damn shame how Public Enemy never like got over in both WCW and later on in the WWF, because you know I think they were four-time ECW tag team champions, and then they went into a bigger company like WCW, and then later on in the World Wrestling Federation in the Attitude Era. They can fit in the WWF in the Attitude Era, but then unfortunately plans didn't work out. You know, it's very funny that you know, in the two wrestling companies, not two wrestling companies, but in the two tag teams, you know, the two established tag teams, you know, in ECW went on to the WWF. That was the Dudleys and Public Enemy. One got over and the other did not. You know, that I'm talking about the Dudleys. They got over, you know, with the TLC stuff. With Public Enemy, they didn't really. They're kind of like an aftermath. I feel like they're kind of like a small fish in a big pond. You know, ECW is a small company, and WCW and WWF is a bigger company. It's a damn shame they never got over. You know, it's just what it is. So So moving on to the next match. So the next match we got Randy Savage taking on Earl Robert Eaton with Jeeves in the corner of Earl Robert Eaton. He's representing the Blue Bloods. The Blue Bloods are a tag team that is with Earl not Earl. That is Earl Robert Eaton. That is Bobby Eaton, by the way, and Steven Regal. Steven Regal is the future William Regal in WWE. I think the match was good. It was a decent, good match. You know, by the way, the street fight was, it was. I think the one nitpick about the street fight before we get to the Savage Eaton match, I feel like they're still handcuffed. They could do a lot, if they had more freedom to do, take it outside the. I think the reason why they have to do that because they said like there's a tornado. I don't know, fighting in the food stand or something. Consistent stand. That's just me. So I say it was a good match. Some parts was a bit boring, but it was just a fun street fight brawl for what it is. So let's get back to the Savage Eaton match. So the match was okay for what it is. Savage got the heat first, and then Eaton, Eaton kind of Irish whip Savage through a ring post. And then, in the end, you had Savage, going after Jeeves, and, Jeeves trying to interfere. Where's Regal? They also added Dave Taylor into the group. Where's Regal? Where's Taylor? I do not know. So, in the end, Savage hit the diving elbow for the win. After, I think he kind of afterwards he's trying to do it again. I think he did it again. He kind of, hit toss the referee. That was Pee Wee Anderson or Randy Anderson. Anyway, so Savage did the diving L drop off the top rope again, and then you got the other WCW wrestlers from the locker room trying to stop Savage to beat Earl Eaton even more. That is Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Alex Wright, Doug Dillinger. I don't know who's that black wrestler. He was wearing a blue trunks with the white spot. Is it Too Cool Scorpio? It's not Holland Heat, by the way. He's not Craig Pitbull Pittman. He was a crap wrestler. It might be Too Cool Scorpio. I don't know. I don't know what his name is. They basically pin Savage to the ground. Dillinger handcuff Savage, and then there's police officers basically taking Savage to jail. I don't know what's going on. What's going on in this storyline with Savage. In the main event or the beginnings of the main event of the last episode of Nitro between Luger versus Ric Flair for the world title. You had Savage going after I think it was Ric Flair, and then you had like I said, the black wrestler, Eddie Guerrero and Jim Duggan stopping Savage. I don't know what's going on. We'll get to those future episodes next time. So anyway, moving on to the main event. You had an advert of WCW magazine. I don't really talk about adverts. It's just what it is. So moving on to the main event. The main event, we got Sting and Lex Luger defending the WCW Tag Team Championships against WCW World Champion Ric Flair and the Giant, with both Woman and Miss Elizabeth in the corner of Ric Flair and the Giant. This was really good. A good main event. Sting had some moments, drop kick the Giant off the ring apron. They did some kind of the same spot. So Sting basically picked up Flair, thrown onto the Giant catch. Throws Flair out of the ring. Giant catches him, and then did the same spot again. This time, roles reversed. Luger picks up Flair and throw him out of the ring. Giant catched again. Flair got a bit pissed off. Almost say chokeslam, but chops the Giant in the chest, and then Giant chase Flair. What's the hell going on? They kind of it's not like it's going to turn into a handicap match. No. But and then the second half of this match, you can tell the heels got the heat. They're working on Luger, basically you had the Giant choking Luger choking it near the corner of the ring, and then Flair working on the leg of Lex Luger. I think he locked in the figure four leg lock. Yeah, he does his typical Flair. You watch Flair's matches, he always does the cowardly pose. You know, it's just what it is. Anyways, yeah, heel Ric Flair. So in the end, yeah, Sting got the hot tag. In the end, Sting was going for locking. I think he locked Flair with the Scorpion Death lock. Then you got Woman. But before that, you know, I forgot to mention that for the second Nitro in the row, not second week of the row because they took like a 2 week off, you know, because the previous one on April Fool's Day on April the 1st. This episode of Nitro was on the the 15th of April, sorry. You had Flair, you know, they keep showing, not showing, but you see Flair seeing Deborah near the crowd. She'll be part of the Horsemen with Flair, Arn, Mongo, and Benoit. And I feel like they added Jeff Jarrett to the group. You know, that's another story for another time. Anyway, so back to the end of this match. So for this for the second Nitro, also the second Nitro in the row, Woman basically throwing coffee because she did it to Luger at the previous episode of Nitro. I'm guessing how she got the coffee. Maybe she took it from the crowd. So yeah, Woman attempt to throw the coffee in Luger's face, but instead she kind of throw it into Sting's face. That caused a disqualification. Flair basically trying to pin Sting for the win, but the referee, that's Nick Patrick, who's calling this match, said to Flair, you know, the match is over. It's a disqualification. Flair, I think he's about trying to punch Patrick in the face. He didn't. So and it's funny that here's the funny part. So Flair also, you know, bowing down to the Giant, and that was it. So yeah, the match was good, but the disqualification was a bit was disappointing. Yeah, it's just protecting Sting and Luger. Yeah. Hit them dropping the belts to Flair and Giant. That makes no sense because they won the belts in January. Yeah, January, February, March. This episode's in April, so basically a 4-month reign. You know, it makes no sense. So anyway, so here's the funny part in the end. So basically, Bobby Heenan grabs some pair of handcuffs. It's not Savage because Savage basically he's already in a police cell. Yeah, Heenan grabs like pair of handcuffs, and Bischoff says, "Look, it's your friend." Something like that. So basically, he put the handcuffs on Heenan's arms, and that was hands. The handcuffs. He put the handcuffs on Heenan's arms. That was funny, and that was the end. That was the end of this episode of Nitro. So I'm gonna give it a 5. That was my fair results. You know, it was a okay, good, better. This was a better episode of Nitro. In the good for me, the most part of the main event between Sting and Luger versus Flair and Giant. The street fight between Public Enemy versus the Nasty Boys, that was also good. The OK was the opener. Hogan versus Taskmaster versus Hogan versus Taskmaster and Arn Anderson. You know, my apology. Nothing in the bad, by the way. Yeah, the ending, it was just whatever. So anyway, so hope you enjoy my review of WCW's Monday Nitro for the 15th of April 1996. By the way, I'm not doing another episode of Nitro next week, so this is an announcement that next week, instead of reviewing Nitro, I'm gonna review a pay-per-view. This is in the Monday Night Raw era. Last show I was about to review WCW Super Bowl 8. Unfortunately, I kind of changed my mind at the time. Didn't feel like it. I wasn't really bothering at the time, so you know, February's like Super Bowl time. So let's review a classic Super Bowl show. So yeah, next week I'm gonna, instead of WCW's Monday Nitro review, I'm gonna review a WCW pay-per-view. Yeah, that's Super Bowl 6, the rematch of Starrcade 97, Hogan versus Savage for the vacant World Heavyweight. No, Sting versus Hogan for the WCW World Title. My bad. So, I don't know why I put Savage beats me, so that'll be next week. So anyway, folks. So I hope you enjoyed this review, folks. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Smash the like button, click the bell, subscribe to this Central Man Network on YouTube for more wrestling videos and more. And this is Central Man officially signing out. Check you later, folks.